High as hell when I'm in the clouds. That's that space shit. Elevated, I'm hella faded.
Hey, water signs. This is going to be like a general pick a card reading for you guys. I'm not going to spend too much time talking in the beginning here because I want to get the reading just going for you guys. But I do want to say thank you so much for everyone who's commenting and liking and subscribing. I really enjoy reading the comments and getting to know you. So thank you so much for that. Okay, how this is going to work, it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Whichever one, kind of calls out to you is the one you're going to pick. If you're drawn to more than one, go ahead and watch all of them. Messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's great. If they don't, they're not for you. Okay, so whatever you can take from it, take it and then leave the rest. All right. Deep breath and good luck. Bye. Hey, pal number 1. All right, so we're going to start. We'll start here. All right. I want to start here actually with 9 of Fire because when I did the fire signs, we had this card too. So some of you are kind of picking up that same energy right now. I think a lot, especially like divine feminines and stuff, I think a lot of them are really coming into like their own. They're really starting to really like embrace their divineness, and I think it's a really wonderful thing. I mean, if you look at her, she's pretty badass looking. Like she's not concerned with what's going on around her. She's not too worried about things. This is someone who's very confident. You're very confident where you are right now. If you're not there yet, you will be very soon. A lot of these readings, it's you put them out weekly or daily or whatever you do, and you can't really expect it to happen exactly in that time frame. These things happen when they're supposed to. So, I mean, if you're not there yet, that's fine. You'll get there. But I do see a lot of people kind of entering into that if they haven't already. This is that energy of not giving up, not giving in, really taking a lot of crap. In the Rider-Waite tarot, which is like the normal kind of generic tarot that you would see pretty much anywhere, it's the card with the guy, and he's standing there, and he's really beat up, and he's got bandages, and he looks pretty bad, but he's still standing. And that's what this card kind of represents. It represents all the stuff that, you've been through and you've lived through to tell the tale, and it's just, I feel like a lot of people are going to be getting to a point where they're actually finally understanding why. Why they had to go through these things, why they had to experience certain experiences, why they had to meet certain people. These are all things that's coming up, and I think with every realization that you're having, I think you're getting a tiny bit stronger. So that's a really, really great thing. I also feel like this, like people are really like starting to believe that they can actually do things. Like it's not like an idea anymore. Like well, maybe I'll. No, it's like this shit's gonna happen. On the bottom of this card it says don't give up, but like I'm getting the energy, and for some of you maybe you do need to hear that, don't give up. If that's what you need to hear, don't give up. But I just feel like the energy is hell no, you wouldn't give up. You know what I mean? It's this energy that's like there is no giving up. Like you've lived through a lot worse. I don't see it being, you're about to give up, don't give up. No, I don't see that at all. I see like you know it's tough, but you're soldiering on, you know? Um, this one thing kind of looks like a candle. I'm getting like some of you, I don't know if things have been really dark lately, if things um murky or confused, you know, or just dark times in general. But I feel like maybe like some of you are seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, it might not even be a big one, but there's a glimpse. There's, you know, a speck of light, and I really feel like you're running towards it. You know, like that was really all you needed, and you're going. Do you see? I don't know if you can see back there. It's a shield and it's full of arrows. Now, obviously, when you have a shield, you'd be holding it in front of you. So these are all things that have tried to kill this woman, and they've not managed to. You know, I think a lot of things have really tried to maybe push you down or even, I feel like, not so much knock you over, but keep you stuck. And not stuck, I don't want to say stuck because you're never stuck, but it's almost like it was trying to keep you down with it, you know, like so you couldn't rise up, if that makes any sense. I mean, for some of you, it might be the same thing over and over that's been shooting with these arrows. For some of you, it actually might be different situations. It might be all different. But regardless, either way, both scenarios were teaching you just how much you can put up with. I mean, you know how strong you are. Like there's no doubt in her mind how strong she is. You know, and that's because of what she's lived through. You know, she's had all these arrows shot at her. Look at her. She's like, and you still didn't get me. Just a real boss. You know, even the dragon is like, he doesn't even want none of her. She's just a boss bitch. She's really, she's got her shit together and going on, and it's a good energy. It's like a real confident energy. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to go with the sun. The sun is a great card. For a water sign, you have a lot of like fiery energy right now. It's awesome. You know, it's really great. The sun is just excitement and energetic, bright and cheerful. You know, almost childlike in a way. You know, you're looking at things, I think, from a different perspective than you used to. Maybe you're looking at things, you know how they say rose-colored glasses, that kind of a thing. It's almost like that. It's not that you're seeing an illusion. You know, I think you're finally starting to see things how they really are. You know, you realize it's an illusion, but I think you're making the best of it. You know, you're making things really cheerful and sunny and pure. Purity is represented usually by white in the tarot. So to have a huge white horse right in the middle of the thing, that really shows you that the joy and the happiness and everything going on in your life right now is very innocent. It's very pure. The intentions are pure. Everything is it's for, sorry, really faint on the bottom of this kid's foot, there's a yin and yang symbol, a yin yang symbol. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Figured I'd point it out. It was just brought to my attention. So, you know, okay, for some of you, you have peace coming over you, some sort of peace coming over you. Okay, and it's because there's balance. There's balance within you. They're masculine and feminine. They're balanced. Enjoy life this way. I'm hearing. You know, how you're looking at things is how you should be looking at things. You know, this isn't just a mood. Okay, some of you might be like, oh, I've been in a really great mood lately. It's weird, you know? No, it's you are coming into yourself. Okay, hold that, hold that. When you need peace, go to some place, you know, if you can't get there physically, go there mentally. Go somewhere that gives you peace. Find your sanctuary. Colors are very vibrant. If some of you are traveling, I don't know if some of you are traveling, it's going to be a good trip. Throw that in there. They have me say such random stuff. I'm like, I'm going to fit that in. So if I blurt random stuff out and you're like, that makes no sense, sorry. You know, sunflowers grow pretty quick. And that was just brought to my attention. I know it's pretty random, but this is how they, you know, get me talking about things. I think things are going to happen a lot quicker than you think. And I think that's what they were trying to get at is, you know, sunflowers, they grow pretty quick. Have you ever grown sunflowers? And you know, they grow pretty quick. Before you know it, there's this beautiful end result. So I think as long as you're living in this and you're really trying to embody this and stay in this, stay centered in your heart, stay grounded, stay, you know, peaceful, go to that sanctuary, whatever it is that you're trying to get or do or grow or manifest, it's going to come quicker than you could have even imagined. And it's because you're holding that vibration. This is the vibration of love, basically in a picture. No coincidence, the sun, ruled by Leo. You know, just saying. All my other Leos will understand, I'm sure. Just excited. Some of you might be excited and you don't even know why. Don't even know why you're excited. But you're excited. I would be too. Shit. It's great energy. All right, last but not least, you know, I'm trying to keep these like under 15 minutes if I can. I went a little over in my fire signs a little bit. But I want to keep them around 15 minutes just so it's like in the morning you can get your quick little forecast and be on your way. I'm not trying to take too much time up. All right. All right. So your last card is going to be playfulness, which, you know, I don't think it's much of a, you need playfulness. I think a lot of you are being this way. I think you're looking at things with a very light heart. And if you're not, this is your little nudge to do so. We need to be looking at things very lightheartedly. Play, roll around, do some cartwheels, go climb a tree, do whatever, you know, do whatever you'd want to do, even if it's coloring. Like, do something that's playful. Laugh, smile, sing. I don't know what. Just find something to do that's playful. If you have kids, play with your kids. It's the easiest way to be playful is to play with your kids. Okay? Lightheartedness is the key right now. Anything that's not going to be pulling you down, and if anything starts to, you need to take a step back from it, find a different perspective, and you need to then try to go find somewhere that you don't feel that way anymore. Okay, anything other than this is an illusion. Okay, you should feel that peace, that vibrating, warm, fuzzy, good feeling, you know, where you're just nice. It's just nice. Anyone who's felt it knows what I'm talking about. It's just nice, you know. It's hard to describe it, but you'll know it when you feel it. Just get back to there. I don't care if it takes you 5, 6, 7 times of like pulling yourself back and pulling. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You have to retrain yourself. And if, from the looks of things, you guys are. So, I mean, that's really, really super great. And I see this, I've been seeing this a lot, especially for feminines. So, way to go, feminines. I'm really proud of you. Send some of that love to your masculine, you know. Take care of them a little bit. That's, you guys are supposed to do that when you meet each other. It switches, you know. This one little angel doesn't look very playful. It looks like it wants to kill all the other ones. It's kind of creepy. Mm. Mm. I feel like there's something else, but I can't. Give me a minute here. I heard think like a child. So that's what I'm leaving you with, because that's all I'm getting. All right, think like a child. Kids think very innocently. Kids take things for what they are. You know, they forgive pretty quickly. And they look at things in a way that's almost magical. Okay? All right. I hope that was able to help somebody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a really, really wonderful day. Divine Destiny Tarot 1111. Be my friend on Instagram if you want to. If you need a reading, divinedestinytarot.com. You can go there and get my readings. Thank you so much for everyone who's subscribing and liking and commenting, especially commenting. I love hearing from you guys. It's like my favorite thing to do after I get done with the videos. I go on and I answer them, and I just love it. So thank you so much. I hope you have a really great day. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. All right. All right. 5 of Fire. The first one, it's funny. All the cards, you know, in all these decks that I'm using, I seem to be pulling the same ones that I pulled for the fire signs, a couple of them so far. Had 5 of Fire, I believe, in the fire sign reading 2 days ago. And in the first one, the first pile number 1, I had another card that was in another fire sign card. So it's a lot of similarities there. So maybe some of you are, you know, like me, you're born on a cusp. Maybe you're Cancer, Leo. Maybe. Something else. Fire and water. I feel like someone's irritated. Like someone's irritated, you know, like they just can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? Like you know, when you're like doing something and like somebody keeps like trying to come over and you're just like, I'm just trying to do this. You know, like that's the feeling. It's almost like you have something you're so intent on working on and you're so focused on it that it's almost irritating for something to be interrupting it. And you feel like everything that comes in between it is like, ugh, like a hassle, you know? Okay. I've been heard it for a few days now. I heard it, and it's like not a setback. It's a set up. It's not a setback. It's a set up. Okay. If you're wanting to argue, if you're wanting to be combative or kind of fussy with people, that's wasting time too. You can't really be upset for people wasting your time and then you waste your own time. Like, let's be honest. There's a lot of strength here, and I felt this a lot with pile number 1 too. This is almost like this relentless pursuit of whatever it is that you're after, and it like you're all in at this point. You're all in and focused. Like anything other than this are just details. Like this would be considered life, whatever this thing is. And everything else is just like, oh yeah, things happening. Yeah, whatever. This thing that you're after, that's what is important right now. But you can't be like that all the time. It's great to be focused. It's great to be driven and ambitious and look forward to the future and all the wonderful things that are definitely coming back for you. It's been in the cards for a while now that great things are coming, but you should also enjoy your present moment. This is where we're learning things. This is where we're experiencing things. You could change your whole life tomorrow. It could be completely different. What would you miss? I'm sure you'd miss that annoying person that keeps interjecting in everything you do. In one way or another, you would. We need to be grateful. We need to be experiencing where we are right now presently, and try not to focus too much on the future, and miss your present. You can miss a lot of really great stuff. I want you to know though, I know a lot of you feel like it's just there's always something that stops you. And yes, that's exactly true. You're right. You're onto something. Okay? There is something that stops you. You're not supposed to go any further. There's lessons to learn. There's something you need to do before you can go further. So yeah, if it feels like that you keep stopping, you'll keep going, and then stopping. There's a reason you're stopping. Okay? It's not like the universe is picking on you, or there's a reason. You need to find out what the reason is. Maybe you just are. You're not spending enough time in the present moment. Come back. They want you to work on your stuff, but they don't want you to miss your life. That's why you came here. Let things go. Let shit go. If it's not a big deal, let it go. Some of you, I feel like a couple of you might be really just looking for a fight. Why? Will you honestly feel better after? No. Could you be spending your time doing something else? Yeah. Is it going to make the other person feel good about themselves? No. What if something happens? Is that how you want them to remember you? Is that feeling? We need to be conscious and responsible for how we're, spending our energy and spending our time, and where we're sending our energy, what type of energy we're sending. If you're going around sending this asshole energy to everybody, what do you think you're going to get back? What do you think people are going to be to you? If you're sending out asshole energy, what do you think is going to come back to you? nice energy. It doesn't work like that, you know? So you need to take a responsible look at yourself and say, this keeps happening. I wonder why. If you're running into a lot of assholes, spoiler alert, you might be the asshole bringing them to you. I'm sorry, okay? Send love. You'll get it back. Okay, Nine of Swords. Oh, man. Oh, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not that. You know, some of you might still be in this. I feel, you know, and it's because you might not be where you want to be. You might not be everything you dreamed you'd be by now. Chill out, okay? It's a process. You're exactly where you need to be. Exactly. Like, there's no wrong choices. There's no, everything you choose to do, it's exactly what you need to be doing right now. There's no worries, okay? Your angels want you to know. Family members want you to know. There is no, my dog's barking. There is nothing else that you need to be doing. Nothing else. Okay? Just do what you're doing. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to stress about it. You don't need to sit up all night and cry about it. You know, if you need to cry, cry. That's great. Let it all out. Have a great crying session and, you know, walk around with your eyes stinging. It's fine. That's wonderful. Feel those emotions. But you know, to live in them, I mean, that's exhausting. Aren't you tired? I'm tired. I'm not even you. Like, let it go. Like, we need to release this. We need to, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing amazing. You're doing a wonderful job. Hang in there. I know, you know, it's easy for me to be like, oh, what you crying about, you big pussy? I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just saying you're exactly where you need to be. You don't need to beat yourself up so much. You really don't. You're accomplishing so much. And sometimes it feels like you're not even doing anything, kind of like in this 3D, but like behind the scenes, or I should say above the scenes, you know, you're doing a whole lot. Okay? So you can't say that I'm not as far as I thought I would be. You are, you just can't see it. You know, you're exactly where you need to be. It's just catching up in different dimensions. You know, it's like it all trickles down and then you see it in here. You know, it starts somewhere else and then it comes here. All right, so hang in there. You know, I don't want you to take this message as, you know, depressing or, you know, snap out of it. No. Feel your emotions. That's wonderful to process your emotions. But you're better than that. You're on the right track. You don't need to be doing this. Swords are intellect, it's ideas, it's belief system, it's thoughts. You know, these are things that you're doing to yourself. Okay, we choose the things we think about. If you think a thought, if a thought pops out, you have the choice if you feed into it or if you let it just keep going, okay? So when you stop to take the time to think, I'm not successful, I'm not doing what I wanted to do yet. What do? You're feeding into shit, into your fear. We don't do that, okay? We're not doing that no more, all right? You're exactly where you need to be. Okay, I was pointing out, oh God. I was pointing out the blanket. And on the blanket, there's like every zodiac sign. So this might be universally going on right now for a lot of signs. Okay, it doesn't mean it's just you water signs. It's probably pretty universal for a lot of people. It's normal to have doubts, I think is the point. You know, everyone has those things. Everyone goes through those things. It's not weird. It's not crazy. It's not bad. It's just the process. Just part of the process. Oh, my dog. Hold on one second. Let my dog out. Sorry, I had to let my dog out. She's old. She's 15, and she's, you know, if I don't let her out, she'll have an accident because she's kind of slow moving these days. My poor old puppy. All right, where was I? Okay, so I think I pretty much got the message out about this one. All right, you're fine. You're exactly where you need to be. Please don't beat yourself up. Okay, things that, you know, might have not worked out how you wanted them to, it's not a setback, it's a setup. Maybe you need to go a different direction. Maybe that sucks to hear, yeah. Sometimes it does. Okay? But that's okay. Doesn't mean you're not going to really love where you're going. It just means it's different. All right. Last but not least, listening. A lot of you have been asking for help. Okay? Yet no one wants to see any of the signs that are being given to them, I hear. It's like you have to, you know, be open to seeing these things. You can't be like, send me a sign, and then never think about it again. Never, you know, keep an eye out. Never, you know what I mean? Then be like, they never sent me any signs. What about all the license plates and, you know, like the songs, and like there has to be things you didn't notice, the animals, you know. Open your eyes. They are trying. They're trying to talk to you. They want to help you. Okay? Can you imagine how frustrating that must be? Like, I say thank you every single day to the people that are in charge of herding me around, my handlers, because I'm sure I am annoying as hell. I'm sure they send me all sorts of things and I'm like oblivious sometimes, you know. But the more you're open to seeing them, the more you're going to see it. I've talked before about it, working out some sort of a system with your guys, with your team, for something that really can't be misconstrued. I think a lot of people, the problem with what it is they'll ask for a sign, and then they're given a sign, and then they're like, well, that might not be a sign. Okay, so there's doubt there. All right, so there you go. You've already lost the sign that they're sending you. You need to figure something out. Like my team, they know feathers, heart-shaped rocks. What else do I collect? That, like, I'll find little monies with important dates on them. Okay, not just any money. Like I have to pick up, it'll have to be a coin with, you know, like a loved one's birthday or, you know, an important date on it. Then I'm like, oh, that's like a signal for me, like, okay, this is important. You know, so really try to figure out, work out with your team what it is. And certain things will mean certain things. You know what I mean? So really get as detailed as you want, you know, and they will be able to do this. Now, if you ask them for something, for a sign or, you know, for a question, and it doesn't come right away, chill out. Okay? Sometimes it's not exactly easy to do things. They have to really work a lot of things in there so they can get these messages to you. So just chill out. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. I feel like some of you may already be doing this very well. Okay, so that's a thumbs up from your spiritual team. They recognize that you are listening, that you're starting to implement the things that they've been telling you, that they've been pointing out to you. You're finally starting to see these cycles, see your worth, see certain things that you might have been missing before. And they want to say really good job on that. They're always there for you. They want you to know that you need to listen more to people around you. And these people, they're people I think that you automatically are trying not to listen to. I feel like you don't want to hear these people. You need to hear them. whoever is in your life that you just like, ugh, they start talking, you're like, ugh, you need to hear them. Okay? They're teaching you something. Now, if they're saying things that hurt you, fuck that. Don't listen to them. Just zone out, you know. Bye. But if they're not, and you're just kind of being irritated because you really don't want to talk to anybody, especially them right now, try to talk to them, okay? There's going to be something that is important. Okay? All right, that's it. I hope this was able to help somebody, and I hope everyone has a really great day. Thank you so much to everyone who's liking, subscribing, and commenting. I love reading the comments, and I love you guys so much. It's so wonderful. Divine Destiny 1111, Instagram, be my friend. If you want a reading, you can go to divinedestinytarot.com, get a reading there. All right, I think that's it. I gotta go let my dog in. She's already barking. Have a good day. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. All right. You know, it's funny. I got another card now from the fire reading. So each pile for the water sign had a card from each pile of the fire signs. So that's kind of cool. And this is actually my card. It's number 11. It's a card of Leo, and it's strength. So that's kind of cool. This one was like super emotional in the fire sign reading, because I was like pointing the rainbow out, and like somebody, that was crazy. It was a crazy reading. All right, we're gonna start. You know what? We'll start with strength. I like the strength card, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? I feel for some of you, strength is something you have already. Strength is something that you're displaying. Everyone has strength, but this is something you're displaying already. You know, for the rest of you, it's the opposite. It's something maybe you need to embrace more as your inner strength. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like feel this. It's like it's there and it wants to start, like, but there's fear. There's some sort of something stuck there. Something about forgiveness. I keep hearing that. Maybe you want forgiveness. Maybe you need to give someone forgiveness. Okay. Something happened which caused you to have this inner strength. Like you're having to be very strong. Okay, some of you are very strong right now. So this isn't, I don't think, the message that's, it's like my last resort alarm. You know, the 18th alarm I've set, just in case. Some of you are sitting in your strength just fine. For some of you, you're not going to find this strength until something happens that really kind of shook you up. Like there's something going on with you, for some of you, that's really testing your inner strength. Like this is, You know how like if someone talks a good game, but then they're like kind of like tested on it, you know, like I don't know, like you know, a guy that's like always like running game, and then like he gets face to face or whatever, and it's like they don't have anything to say. You know, it's just like very. It's just really weird because there's so much strength there, and there's hope, and there's like all these great, wonderful attributes that are like really like in there. You know, like they want to burst out. They want to come out. But there's this. There's a worry. There's Do you need to forgive someone? Do you need someone to forgive you? Do you need a lot of you are going to be feeling like this until you have that enlightenment moment. Okay? For some of you, you're having to have this back and forth kind of teeter-totter where it's like when you're very in your strength and you're very sure and you're very, you know, let's do this. And then there's these other parts where you're like, well, hold on now. Like, you need that. Okay? You need to allow yourself to need that too. You need to feel into that. Please, you know, if you're feeling a certain type of way, you need to. You know, you should feel it. Okay? You know, it doesn't mean that you have doubts about certain things. You just, you know, sometimes you have to work through emotion. You know, it's okay to say that you're not sure about something, or, you know, it's okay to be like, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want, you know, that I'm working on right now. It's like complete, you know, universe, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel, you know, go ahead. That's surrender. I'm divinely guided. You know, maybe that's what some of you are working on now. You're really trying to live in a way that's kind of guided, okay? And that's when that inner strength is really going to pop back out to stay, I think, is when you're finally in a space that's when you kind of stop and it starts to like do this, where it's like less and less and less. And once you stop there, that's when everything kind of really will come together for you. But there's definitely going to be something, some kind of enlightenment, or maybe you find something out that really skyrockets this strength in you. For a lot of you, you let things go. You let things go, and that is requiring you to be strong, that you made the right decision. But, you know, they have that saying, you know, if you love something, you let it go. You know, and what's for you will always come back. It's always going to come back to you. So you don't really need to force anything. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to live in that desperate energy. You really don't. Like, it's not. If something is meant for you, it doesn't matter what your dumbass tries to do. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. Like it or not, it's going to happen. You know, so we can't get too caught up in choosing. I mean, it's nice to choose, but at the end of the day, how much choice do you really have if things are divinely guided? You know, so what's the point? Why do it? You know? Moving on. Ah, the Emperor. I love the Emperor. Some of you are really embodying this, and I saw this in the first pile, I think it was, for the Divine Feminines. Divine Feminines have been rocking shit. Like, they're in such beautiful energy right now. It's amazing. Divine Feminines are kicking ass. And a lot of you Divine Masculines are doing the same. I feel like a lot of you are finally coming into your divinity. You know, you're starting to realize that you're God. You are something pretty amazing wrapped up in a human body. Some of you have known this for a while. But you might actually be acting like it now. Okay. Some of you might be stepping forward to try to reclaim something that's yours. Almost like a, you know, like when you're like a king or whatever, like, you know, born to have, like, to rule or whatever it is. I can't think of the word. Not destined. I don't. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, like, you're taking what's yours. Okay? You're claiming what's owed to you. You're basically calling in everything that was promised to you at this point. Okay? A lot of you are doing. Some of you are just very confident. Some of you are very excited and ready to go. You know what I mean? Aries is the sign here, and Aries are bold. Aries are confident. Aries are passionate and fiery. They're very go get 'em kind of zodiac. You know, so that is a wonderful energy to be in. And I think if that hasn't started already, I think for a lot of you it has, but if it hasn't started already, that make or break moment, that enlightening moment that we were kind of feeling out in this first card, that is, watch my time. That is when this kind of like propels itself. So once you hit that moment, if you haven't gotten here yet, that's when this is really going to kick off. You're really going to start being like, oh shit, I'm amazing. You know, I think a lot of these, I think this is like for a select group, I really think that there's like, for like twin flames and stuff, if you know about twin flames, like, you know, labels and crap, I don't, but if you don't call them twin flames, no one seems to know what you're talking about, or that's lumped there anyway, so whatever. I feel like a lot of people are having like the feminines and the masculines that are about to come into union. This is stuff that they're really like perfecting and learning about themselves. Is, you know, that last little push to realize just who they are, that kind of a thing. Okay, men. I know a lot of women watch me. I know right now probably more women watch than men, but I do have men that watch me. Thank you. Please be vulnerable. Please be vulnerable. You don't need to be. It made me think because he's all armored up. Like underneath his soft-looking robe, his wonderful robe, he's metal. And it's not very comfortable. It's not something very cuddly. So we need to be more vulnerable. We need to be allowing people in a little more. Okay, if there's someone that you would allow into your life that you feel comfortable with, you trust them, be vulnerable. Okay, there's nothing girly about it. There's nothing that makes you less of a man. I think that's ridiculous. That's programming. It's ridiculous, and it's not fucking fair. It's not fair that girls are allowed to cry and have emotions and men aren't. It's not fair, and it makes just a bunch of guys that are insensitive and can't care for themselves. So they get stuck finding women to care for them because they can't feel for themselves. Feel things. Be vulnerable. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, I think it's sexy. I think that's great. I think it's wonderful when a man's willing to, open himself up to somebody. That's like the purest form of intimacy you can have. Okay, so don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I should have been done right now. I'm trying to keep these like under 15 minutes so they can be like real quick, just general forecasts for people in the mornings to start their day and get on with their life. I'm not trying to have these like be super long. Last card is going to be retreat. Some of you might be actually doing this. Some of you might be in this mode where you just kind of fall back, and kind of do your own thing. Stay in your own lane, focus on your own stuff, and see where things lead you. Great. That's wonderful. Some of you are in need of a retreat. Some of you actually need to kind of step back for a little bit. You need to sit down. You need to relax. Okay? We don't need to be working 24/7. Okay? I don't care how much energy you have. Stop working. It's good for you to take time for yourself. It's good to relax. It's good to cuddle a loved one. I don't know, whatever you feel like doing, I guess. But you need to keep yourself first. You need to make sure that you're doing things, that show yourself that it's getting love. It's getting love from you. So therefore, it doesn't matter if it's not getting love from everything around it. It's getting love automatically on its own. Okay, so therefore, you don't need to go to anyone else to get that love, to have someone, please love me. No, that will come to you. And if it doesn't, hey, that's fine too. Okay, because you love yourself, right? All right. I hope this was able to help somebody. I hope you have a really super great day. Trying to see, yeah. All right. Divine Destiny 1111. Be my friend on Instagram. If you need a reading, you can go to divinedestinytarot.com. I hope this was helpful. All right. Have a good day and bye.